I don't know if you know how lovely it is to be you, to be alive, to be free, to be able to breathe, to be able to go to the store, to be able to have so many different comforts that we take for granted. So this evening, I found myself on the way to the train station, and I was admiring how clean it was and the landscaping. I was just, really happy about that. But I was on my way, running my errands. And the young lady in front of me, she had on a head garment, one that you would wear to bed, like a bonnet. She was wearing a bonnet. She had on her nice clothing or what have you. And I guess she was finished drinking whatever smoothie or whatever it was she was drinking. So she just threw the cup into the bushes, top, straw fell that way, the top fell that way, ice all over the place. And I walked up to her and I said, this is really a nice neighborhood. And she said, why you say that? So I looked her in her eyes, and then I walked over to where she had thrown the cup, straw in the top. And I picked it up. And she said, oh, thank you. And then she said, thank you. I didn't respond back because I felt like I didn't have anything else that I needed to say. And I was hoping that perhaps her watching me pick it up, something that belongs to her, and throwing it in the garbage, that she might be able to receive the message. When we don't love ourselves, we don't love the conditions that we're in, we don't love our environment, and we don't embrace things the same way. But I'm hoping, I'm praying even, that I set the precedence, or I at least led in a good example, so that perhaps she will not do that again. And she was walking with two other people. The other two people didn't throw it. They didn't throw anything in the garbage. They just sat down and spoke as regular people sit down, waiting for their train or bus. And, they sat there speaking to each other. Now, I don't know that either of them, I believe one of them noticed when she did it. But they didn't say anything. I guess this is average, behavior. But, you see, this is one of the reasons why people love Canada so much, because it's so clean. It looks so clean, it looks like you can actually eat off of the ground. And this area, the way that they keep it clean, I think about the guy who cleans the area. I see him daily, If I'm over here, I see him because I know what time he comes in to clean up. And when he comes in, he cleans up. He does it with a smile. Now, I know some people say, well, she's just giving him a job to do. No. His job is big enough already, between cleaning out the trash cans and everything else. We have to begin to speak to our youth about this type of thing. When I was in her environment, her energy was like, almost as though she might make a decision, a bad choice. But I still needed to make sure I told her that this is a good neighborhood. I didn't go further than that because this is someone else's child. Usually, I would have probably gone further, but I didn't know her, and her energy spoke to me in a not so positive way. And I felt like it was important that I at least state that and then go ahead and I would clean it up, not a problem. Very, very cute girl too. Apparently her parents love her a great deal. She had, I think, contacts in her eyes. We have to begin to speak to our children because the choices that they make reflect on the entire family. And I say that because the grandmother teaches, grandfather teaches, who knows who's raising her, whatever the case. But it's important that we realize that, everybody can't clean up behind everyone else. We sometimes have to clean up behind ourselves. And this example speaks volumes. For her not to respect the neighborhood that she's visiting, and for her not to respect herself, because how could you respect yourself if you can't respect your environment? So let us keep that in mind, guys. I know this might seem like it's a small thing to you, but I like my environment, and I like the comfort of being in a clean and nice environment. I think we all should really appreciate our environment because we take a lot for granted, and we never know. A storm could break through and this neighborhood would be in a total different state. So it's important that we at least try to do our part, okay? Thank you so much for joining us today. This is lovely being here.